We are finally here, man. All right, so we got to do this off the phone for whatever reason. The laptop just wasn't working with us. So dispensa, but we're doing it off our phone. Hopefully, everything sounds good. Here we are, Pick Six live. How about that,
This is
man?
the first time all year that we're live. I think so, right?
No, I think we did the Thanksgiving. I think we did that live, didn't we?
Oh, we might have. I forgot. We might have.
Welcome to Pick Six, where we cover six teams in the NFL, that being the Raiders, the Niners, the Packers, the Boys, Cowboys, Rams, and of course, our beloved Steelers. But none of that matters because there's only two remaining. And by the way, one of those teams is one of the Pick Six teams, man.
We're just that good luck charm, so you're welcome.
You are welcome. I just don't think it's a be. I just don't. Well, we'll get into all that going on. But before we get into that, just real quick, did you watch the Pro Bowl?
Nope. I didn't really have time to, though. I was working, so I mean, I didn't really have much of a choice. But I mean, if I had a choice, I don't really think I would have watched it anyways. I don't know. Never really caught my attention or eye or anything like that.
Choosing work over football. Wow, man, somebody raised you wrong. Hey, okay, first of all, before we get going on all this, I just want to congratulate one Mr. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year, because nobody receives an award that they did not earn the way you do, Mr. Myles Garrett. Nobody receives an award that they do not earn the way you did. So congratulations on that award, Mr. Myles Garrett. Any thoughts?
TJ Watt was leading him in every major category. Every major category.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say there. I mean, TJ Watt was snubbed. Am I saying that just because I'm a Steelers fan? Maybe that helps a little bit, but in reality, like I said, every single major stat, TJ Watt was ahead of him in. So the fact that he gets defensive player and Watt doesn't, it's BS.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get everybody could say like, oh, it's because you guys are Steelers fans, but the numbers are there.
Yeah.
The numbers are there. So if the numbers are there, then what does it matter whether we're Steelers fans or not? The numbers are there. All that being pushed aside, okay, let's go ahead. What's up, Pine Man? Let's go ahead and let's get into the big game. Because as you know, when you watch commercials or hear commercials on the radio, they just say the big game because you can't say Super Bowl. Let's get into the Super Bowl.
Hey, you got to watch your words there, man.
Did both teams deserve to be here? Did one kind of squeak by a little bit, or two? Are these the two best teams?
NFC wise, I believe so, for the most part. AFC, I always kind of thought that the Chiefs weren't the best team. I just kind of thought that they were just there, but I mean, they're there, so I guess they're the two best teams, right?
Yeah. I for the NFC, I'm not sure the Niners are the best team. Look, but like you said, right? It doesn't matter if you're the best team. It matters who's better that night, right? I mean, look, who was the better team? The New England Patriots or the New York/New Jersey Giants?
Oh, the Patriots by far.
By far, right? But it didn't matter. It's who's better that night. So, okay. And now, so we got these two teams here. All right, man. So let's get into the Super Bowl. Let's break it down. Okay. Purdy versus oh shit, I was gonna say Travis Kelce. No, Mahomes. Mahomes kind of going through a little bit of turmoil here with his family and his pops, getting a little bit too wild and anything. Is that gonna kind of affect him mentally?
I think that's kind of been a story for the past couple seasons with as far as his wife and his brother and things like that. So I think he's kind of used to it, which is something that you should get used to. Unfortunately, no, but I just think that he's kind of he had to get used to it. So I don't think it's really much there.
He's got that going on. He's doing commercials. He's doing State Farm. I think he's doing Subway commercials. He's got a lot going on, man. So, and he's in the Super Bowl. So he's got a lot on his plate. So, I mean, this kid can, he's got a lot of different hats on at the same time. But it doesn't seem, every time I see him, he doesn't look frustrated. He doesn't look like there's too much going on for him. He doesn't look like, man, he's overwhelmed or anything like that, man. This kid seems like a really true veteran.
He gets frustrated on the field from time to time. I mean, that call with the bill, you know, certain things. You could see the frustration there. But as far as outside noise, I think he's good enough and mature enough not to let that affect him. So I don't think it's much of a factor for Mahomes there.
All right, well, talk to us a little bit about Brock Purdy, because this guy seems quiet. I don't hear any news around him whatsoever, other than the fact that Niner fans like him. But outside of that, I'm not sure I even heard the guy speak before.
That's good. That's what I would want in a franchise quarterback, you know. Very under the radar. He gets a lot of hate because of all the weapons that he has, you know, the system that he's in, which in a way I could kind of understand where other people are coming from. But at the end of the day, he is leading that team, man, and they are where they are because of, and he's part of that reason, you know. So I like the fact that he's kind of just under the radar, you know.
Yeah. If I were going for the Niners, I'd like that. Hey, Jaime, we'll get into that in other videos, big dog, for sure, man. There's a lot going on. But no, I do like that. The kid can definitely play. I like Brock Purdy as a quarterback. Yeah, and just stay under the radar. I would want the whole team to just fly under the radar. Even during the season, we've talked about it. It's like, okay, this team flying under the radar, like the Lions for the longest were just flying under the radar. And I'm like, if I'm a Lions fan, that's exactly how I want it. I don't want cameras on them. I don't want microphones in front of the faces, asking questions, any kind of controversy, nothing. I don't want radio stations or television covering them, saying like, even if it's positive, even if it's like, oh man, they're doing such a great job. Like, no, just leave the team alone. I don't want anybody talking about them, just so they can focus on what they are doing. Okay, so it's the Super Bowl.
Yes, it is.
A lot of prop bets going on, a lot of news, man. Any news you want to throw out there when it pertains to the Super Bowl? These guys are out there already. They landed. Anything you want to throw out there?
The fact that it's in Vegas, for some reason it just sounds a little strange. Or am I just thinking too much about it?
I think you're thinking too much about it. I think you are, man. I think you are. We've both been at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, what a place to hold a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, not for a football game, but for something else. But it seems like it'd be a great place to watch a football game, you know. Hopefully one day we get to watch a football game there, but they're going way too much on those prices, man.
Did anybody see the prices of those tickets? They are really, really pricey now. Let me go ahead and ask, man. Does the regular football Joe ever go to a Super Bowl? And I'm talking about purchasing your ticket. I'm not talking about, oh, they gave away a ticket. Do you think the average football Joe goes to a Super Bowl?
No.
Neither do I.
No.
Neither do I, man.
The only shot that average Joes would be able to go is if they live around there, you know, and are just able to afford the ticket, you know, because if you're gonna go and travel, that's a pretty penny right there, man.
Yeah, because the price of everything around there goes up too. So if you go to an Airbnb or a hotel, whatever, that price is jacked up as well. And I remember hearing this years ago on Inside the NFL, back when Chris Collinsworth was there. I remember he said it. He said the average Joe doesn't go to a Super Bowl. It's too pricey, you know. So that sucks, man. But all right, man. So let's talk a little bit about some of the prop bets that are going on out
Crazy
there.
ones. Oh, I've heard some that are just absolutely ridiculous. But let's go. Let's see what you got to say.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's go with the color of Gatorade that is gonna be thrown on the winning coach, man. What do you say on the color of Gatorade?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Or would it be more of like a neon? No, like I guess technically yellow, right? Yeah, something like that.
Well, do they put any of these weird Gatorade flavors out there, like Frosted Blast and I don't know. I'm just making up names, but Gatorade used to be pretty simple, but now they got all these weird flavors out there. Like I hope they stick to just the traditional, right? The red, the yellow, the orange, and the blue. That's it. I don't want to see any other weird old colors out there. I'm gonna go with what'd you say, yellow?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with red, man.
Okay. Red just
red.
seems way too obvious here, though. That's the thing. It's like both teams, their primary color is red,
Mhm.
and they have red Gatorade. It's like it seems a little too obvious for it to be red. Maybe that's just me, though.
Okay, all right, man. That's one. Who scores first?
The Chiefs.
Okay, how do they score first?
Rushing touchdown with Pacheco.
I think the first score in this game is actually going to be a field goal. What's up, Hectic? I think the first score in this game will be by a field goal, and I think it's going to be by, ooh, man. Actually, before I make that prediction, let me go ahead and throw this out there. Who wins the coin toss?
Goodness, all these weird ones. I don't like these weird ones, man. I'll go, since I had the Chiefs scoring first, I'll say they'll score on the first drive.
Okay.
Drive right down the field, just running the ball. So with that being said, I say the Niners win the coin toss and select to defer to the second half.
I like that. I think the team that wins the coin toss, I do believe they will defer. I would. In the Super Bowl, I would be like, you know what? Let me get the ball first in the second half. So if there's any adjustments that needs to be made at halftime, that we can make them and get the ball first. Yeah, I would definitely, if you're the team tomorrow for the Super Bowl, if you win that coin toss, for damn sure I will defer, man. I think that's definitely the way to go. I can't stand both teams.
A lot of people can't stand both teams, man. A lot of people can't.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second. So I'm gonna say, what would you say? Did you say Niners get the?
I said Niners win the coin toss and defer to the second half.
Okay, it is an AFC stadium, so the Chiefs will be considered the home team. Ooh, damn! How do you Raiders feel about that?
Oh, they hate it.
How do Raiders feel about that? That Kansas City Chiefs, your main rival, is playing in a Super Bowl in your house, and they are considered the home team because it's an AFC stadium. Oh, that's got a twist.
No, they hate it. They hate both teams playing in their stadium. They
That's
dislike
true.
both teams.
Yeah.
So it is not a good time to be a Raider fan.
Yeah, because you got the rivalry still from the Bay, man, from Oakland and the 49ers up there.
Mhm.
So yeah, I could definitely see that. So okay, so KC, I'm sorry. So the Niners are the visiting team, so they get to choose heads or tails. What do they choose?
Tails.
Okay, they choose tails. I'll go with they choose heads, and I think they do win the coin toss, and I think they defer and they get the ball back in the. I'm sorry, get the ball back. I think they do get the ball to start the second half, and I do believe the first score is going to be by a field goal, and I think it's going to be. I think it'll be by KC.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You don't
think
think it's gonna be a safety?
No, man. Who's putting money on that, man? Who's putting money that the first score is going to be a safety? That's bold, but I mean, you could make some serious bet.
A little too bold, man. A safety. What are we thinking here, man?
Does anybody know, since we got people in the chats here, does anybody know who's singing the national anthem? Do you know who's singing the national anthem?
I have no idea.
You got Usher performing in the halftime, but I don't know who's singing the national anthem. If anybody knows, let us know, man. If the Chiefs, here, we got Hectic Nasty. He's a Raider fan. The Chiefs, they are letting us tailgate because they know that, there's no tailgating. Oh, wow.
Huh.
That's I did not know that, man, because when I was there earlier this year when the Steelers played the Raiders, it was tailgating heaven, man. There was tailgating all over the place. Purdy's going to piss his pants.
Okay. The thing is, the Niners don't necessarily need to rely on Purdy's arm. You know, you still got Christian McCaffrey, things like that. With Patrick Mahomes, you kind of need to rely on Patrick Mahomes, if you get what I mean. For Purdy, you don't really need to rely on that guy when it comes down to it. But I mean, we'll see what they do. I feel like if you're the Niners, you still got to rely on that run game. I mean, you have, like I've been saying, one of the best running backs of this modern era.
Okay, so we were just informed by our esteemed producer,
very legit, by the way,
very legit producer here, that Reba McEntire will be singing the national anthem tomorrow. Look, I got the utmost respect for Reba McEntire. I do love country music. She is the queen of country music. How old is she, man? I mean, I know a woman's you're never supposed to ask her age, but good gosh, homie. I don't know if she can, she's old. I'll just say she's old. Hopefully she can still hold it together and put out a good note out there for the national anthem. So, okay. So you're saying that Brock, is not as important as Patrick Mahomes is.
Yeah, I guess I was saying it more lightly, but sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what if Christian McCaffrey goes down?
Well, then you don't really have much of a choice there.
Okay. So let's go to the Chiefs then. What if Travis Kelce goes down?
Still gonna have to. I mean, look, they got Pacheco, but I'll say this: it's just the team that's built around them.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes does not have the team that Brock Purdy has. At least the weapons around him, if you get what I mean.
Okay, so so you're saying for the Chiefs, the player that they need the most is Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
But for the Niners, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the drift here.
Who's more important to their teams, Mahomes or McCaffrey?
Oof.
If one of those guys goes down, who are you more worried about?
Oh, the Chiefs.
So
Mahomes is under center.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So if Mahomes goes down, it's worse for the Chiefs as opposed to if McCaffrey goes down for the Niners.
Because Purdy's still gonna have the weapons like George Kittle, Ayuk, Debo. You know what I mean? But if Mahomes goes down, then they have to have their backup quarterback. That's not something that you want to do. And Mahomes is a really good talent.
Who has more experience? By far, by the way, is
Mahomes. I mean, this is Purdy's first Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. And just the team. That team in general, they've been to the Super Bowl, what? 3 times, 4 times in the last, 5 years.
Yeah.
My numbers might be a little off, but they're not too off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they won the Super Bowl last year. And it's pretty much there's the same team. So, can it be that the lights are too hot for the Niners here?
I don't think so. I look, it's not like the Niners have just all of a sudden started to become this juggernaut of a team this year. You know, they have that, maybe not necessarily Super Bowl experience, but they definitely do have postseason experience. And this is a neutral site and things of that nature, you know. So it's not like you're going on the road or anything like that. So I don't really think it's that much of a factor.
Who has more of a chance of just dropping a complete dud?
I guess Purdy, just because the lack of experience, I guess.
Um, the Niners, if you guys remember, went on this undefeated streak during the season, and then they completely fell off. I think they lost what 3 or 4 games straight, but then they got their mojo back, and then they started doing what they needed to do. I don't think they're gonna drop a complete dud. But the Chiefs are just very, very experienced when it comes not only to playoffs but to the Super Bowl as well, man. The Chiefs are just something else, man, and they're probably, I mean, as a young team, they're building some sort of legacy here, kind of like what the Tom Brady was doing with the Patriots. It seems like the Chiefs could be building some sort of legacy right here as well, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't like the Brady comparison yet because there's still a long, long way to go in order to compare yourself to the Brady and Belichick era. They were 6 Super Bowls in what 20 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's still a long way to go. I mean, we're only a couple years in. They have 2, aiming for 3. I think they have to get this one in order to start that comparison.
They're on their road. They're on their way, man. They're on their way. They're on their way.
But we don't know how much longer Andy Reid's going to be head coach. We don't know how much longer Travis Kelce's going to be there. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is still going to be there, but we don't know how much longer certain people are going to be within that organization.
Let's talk about coaches. Okay, what's your thoughts on both of these coaches going in there?
Andy Reid's the better head coach. I think it's night and day. I'm not trying to bash Shanahan or anything like that, but he has made some questionable calls and decisions in some pretty big games.
Yeah.
Andy Reid is just that guy. He's probably, if not, the best head coach in the NFL right now.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Is he really, or is it the team?
Okay, well, who else would be the best head coach?
No, that's it. Well, I guess okay. So
okay,
if John Harbaugh, okay, if the Ravens were in the Super Bowl, would it just be easy to say, "Oh, John Harbaugh's the best head coach"?
Okay, no, because I think the Houston Texans have one of the best head coaches, and they didn't even make it to Championship Sunday. It's just what he did with that team within one season, by the way. So I think he's one of the best head coaches, maybe if not the best. And that was only his first year as head coach. But I mean, Andy Reid's just got that legacy already. So I mean, I guess I'll go Andy Reid just because of the resume that he has.
I'm saying Mike Tomlin.
Debatable. Look, I'm not gonna get into Mike Tomlin right now.
All right, man. So let's get into the whole conspiracy theory that
there's many of them, by the way.
Okay, that KC, it was rigged for them to get here. Okay, look, the same ones that were like, oh, the conspiracy theory is going to be Niners and Baltimore because the colors that they chose is purple and red. So it's already chosen. Those same ones saying that are the same ones saying like, oh, no, it's KC because of the whole Taylor Swift thing. All right. So then which one is it?
Okay. Like I said, WWE fan here. I know a storyline. Okay. Which if you haven't watched that WrestleMania podcast press conference, I advise you watch it. But okay, before the year, because this logo came out sometime last year. Maybe that was the initial plan, but then Travis Kelce started to date Taylor Swift, and that's where they had to pivot their plan.
Okay, all right, look. I don't think any of this is true. I don't think they rigged anything. There was nothing that I saw that was rigged. I have no problem with Taylor Swift. I don't know any of her songs. I don't even know what she sounds like. She could be talking, and I don't know if she has a distinct voice that stands out or not. I did see that her suite that she's gonna be sitting in after she flies back from Tokyo is worth 2.5 million. That she'll be in that suite cheering for Travis Kelsey. All right, so time to make our pick
2.5 million?
for her suite. Yeah, that she will be in. Yeah, partying out, man. So that's
great.
so. Who do you want to win, and who do you think is going to win? Why on both of those questions?
Okay. So I've talked to quite a few Steeler fans, right, about this. And a lot of them are saying that they want the Chiefs to win, which makes sense because they say that they don't want the Niners to catch up to the Steelers in rings.
Hmm.
As much as I think that as well, the Steelers haven't won anything in 15 years. So my point of view is, how could I be mad at that when the Steelers haven't done anything in 15 years?
Right.
That's my point of view here. So if the Niners come and, win another Super Bowl and tie the Steelers, I can't be mad at that. That's my point of view there.
Mm.
That's my point of view there.
Mm.
And hopefully it lights a fire within the Steelers organization because now there's two teams tied with you for 6 rings.
Mm.
So hopefully something changes for that.
Yeah. I don't like this whole thing about let's be the best by holding someone else down. It's like, no, then start winning more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like this whole 6-berg thing and stuff like that. Make it 7-berg. Keep going. Stop holding on to this and just say like, well, still have the most Super Bowls. Well, not anymore. And I don't. Yeah, a little bit of me wants to be like, I don't want them to win, but at the same time, it's like, Charlie, homie, you know what? It's survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
And Steelers, if you're not the fittest, which obviously you haven't been, then all right, then there you go.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with the Niners winning and catching up. Then start winning more. So that's cool. I'm fine. If the Niners win, that's not who I'm rooting for. I'm gonna root for KC, and I think KC is winning as well. Who do you think is winning?
Okay.
If you had to put money,
let me say this. This game means a lot, not just because it's a Super Bowl, but because of the picks. Okay. You're actually ahead of me in the picks by 1 game. But remember, I did say whoever wins in the regular season does get an extra win.
Okay. All
so
right.
we're both at 6 wins right now. So this game means absolutely everything. So the team that I need the team that I'm picking, this is not just a pick. This is a pick for me to retain this right here. Okay. So this means everything. And who am I putting my trust with? Well, it's either I'm going with who I want to win or who I feel like is going to win.
Okay.
Because like I say, I know storylines when I see it. So my mind is saying the Chiefs. Not even because of the better team. On paper, guys, I'll say this. I think that the Niners are way better than the Chiefs. On paper.
Whoa.
On paper.
Whoa.
On paper. Yeah.
Whoa.
I think so.
Where did that come from?
I think so. On paper, yeah. On paper.
Wow.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. But you got to take into consideration the veteranship of the Chiefs. This is definitely not their first rodeo. Been here time and time again. So I'll take that into consideration as well. And like I said, the storyline, man. Travis Kelsey proposing to Taylor Swift after they win the Super Bowl. That sounds very likely as well. But you know what? You're going Chiefs. I'll go Niners. I'll go Niners.
And if the Niners don't win, is that because it was rigged?
Yeah.
Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. I'll say this: if Travis Kelce proposes to Taylor Swift,
Yeah. But why not? What better time to do it? Though
they really haven't been dating for that long.
We don't
Listen,
know
here's the
that. Look, they brought okay. Since we know, since they started showing there, right? It's not like he just saw her and then it's like, oh, okay, hey, yeah, just come to my games. It's like, no, they started dating a little bit and then boom, she starts going to the games, man. Why are you so against love?
I'm not against it, man.
Like, why? This guy's just full of anger
I'm not against
and
it.
hatred, man. Why are you so against love? You know what? Now I'm really rooting for KC, man. I want to see Taylor Swift after they went. I don't know anything about the chick, dog. I don't. But here's one thing. They did start selling hats that says "Go Taylor's Boyfriend." I don't know if you saw that. It says "Go Taylor's Boyfriend" with the number 83.
83.
Wait, what number is he?
87.
87. It says "Go Taylor's Boyfriend." It's all chicked out. You know, it says "Go Taylor's Boyfriend" with the number 87 on there. They started selling t-shirts as well. These Taylor Swift like "Go Taylor's Boyfriend" or something like that. The hat says that for sure. But the shirts, look,
I'm speechless. I don't know what you want me to say other than, you know what? That just makes me want the Niners to win even more.
Here's what I want.
That is crazy.
I want Casey to win. I want Taylor Swift down at the 50-yard line afterwards. hoisting the Lombardi trophy with her left hand.
That she deserved.
Okay, hoisting the trophy with the right hand while her left hand is down here because Travis Kelce's on one knee, putting an engagement ring on there. Hearing her say, "I do."
Hoisting that Lombardi that she earned. That she rightfully earned.
Here's a prop bet. What knee does Travis Kelce get down on? Does he get down on the right knee or does he get down on his left knee?
Okay, there's so many weird ones out there. One of them is how many times does it show Taylor Swift? Is it over or under 5.5 times? Which, how is it 5.5? I don't know. I'm not a bettor, so I don't know how that works, but that's a bet too. You know, it's crazy. These bets are weird, man.
Okay, well, look, I will say this. They didn't show her that much in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They didn't show her.
Well, I didn't get to watch it either, but.
Okay, all right. I think it's funny that she happens to be a story. She hasn't done anything wrong, so I don't know why people are hating on her so much.
It's not her. It's just the way the NFL's been pushing it. That's where I'm at. It's just the way the NFL's been pushing it for the most part. Has nothing to do with her.
The way you're so against them just pushing love. Wow.
I'm not here to watch a romantic story. I'm here to watch the NFL, man. This isn't no romance.
All right, man. The Usher halftime show, is it gonna be good or no?
I think Usher's a pretty good performer, no?
He is, but I don't know. Isn't he I don't know, 10 years ago though? Is he still relevant? I'm not sure. No, I'm being honest, man. Is he still relevant?
Isn't he so 10 years ago?
I'm being real, dog. I'm being real. Who's blasting Usher? Maybe you guys are. Maybe it's just me. I'm off my game when it comes to music. Maybe. I'm just saying. I haven't heard Usher in so many years, so I don't know if he's still that relevant.
Well, I don't know, but he had the most popular song when I was born, apparently. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Usher.
No, well, that's my point.
Other
So-
than from what the sounds of it, it sounds like he's a really good performer.
Okay, I think he'll be pretty good, man. I liked Rihanna's last year. I thought it was one of the best of all time, honestly. And homegirl was pregnant, man. Now, when it comes down to the game itself, as we wrap it up, give a score or by how many possessions. How does this go down? High scoring game, low scoring game, defense, offense. Who steals the show?
31-27. Final.
Okay. All right. I am gonna go. Yeah, I think it's gonna be high scoring, man. I don't think it's gonna be too low scoring. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I think oof. I think Niners get to the 20s. I think they're somewhere around 24. And I think KC. I think KC's probably gonna be around 35, man.
Oh, you think they beat him by 2 possessions?
I think they beat them by 2 possessions. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be that close of a game. I don't. I don't think it's gonna be that close of a game. So if the Niners look, I would say, and somebody put it on here. I think right here. What's up, Samuel? That's a good point right there, right? KC may be fielding themselves. They got a lot going on. They do all these other commercials. They got the whole Taylor Swift story going on. Niners don't have any story whatsoever outside of just the Super Bowl. And that is it. Where KC has become these kind of celebrity stars, the players themselves.
Yeah.
Niners haven't.
And the Niners are probably a lot more hungry for this one because, I mean, some of them have been to the big game, but none of them have won it. None of them have won it. The Chiefs have been there, done that. Niners haven't won one.
Okay. So in your vision, who becomes MVP for the Super Bowl? They usually always, not all the time, but usually always give it to the quarterbacks.
Really the man who won Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. I think he's going to get a crazy 60-something yard touchdown at some point of the game or something like that. Yeah, he's their workhorse, man.
Okay. All right. And if KC wins, obviously, I believe they're going to give it to Patrick Mahomes. I think it should be to Travis Kelce. And I think he's going to use Travis Kelce. I think he's going to use his Super Bowl ring to propose to Taylor Swift.
Crazy, man. I've heard that theory too. There are so many guys. There are so many theories and things of that nature for this specific Super Bowl that I've never seen before. It is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm expecting a so-so Super Bowl. I'm talking about the game itself. As far as the performances of like the halftime show and everything like that, I think it's gonna be really good. I do. I think everything around it. It's Vegas, baby. It's Vegas. Legion Stadium, man. We've been there. It's a badass stadium. I think all that great stuff. I think it's gonna be great. But the game itself on the field, I think it'd be okay. Wow. But I think the Chiefs beat them by 2 possessions. Yeah, I do.
There's just so much going on in Vegas right now that they just somehow forgot our invitation there, which kind of sucks. But I forgive you, NFL.
Yeah, so do I. There's always next season. I get you, man. Yeah. But with that, we will bring it to a close right there, and we will be back next week to break down what we saw. Did she say yes?
And to crown a champion. That's what I thought you were gonna say. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the story is true or not.
Better. All right, man. Hey, we will catch you guys next week. Enjoy the Super Bowl. You're gonna be watching it with Niner fans, right?
Yep.
Wow, the pressure on that, man. The pressure of watching it. See, I'm going to be watching it with just neutral fans, football fans, but neutral. No Niner, no KC fans, nothing like that. But I will be watching, and I am rooting for love.
That is terrible, guys. That is. Like I said, some of the things makes me just absolutely speechless on the things that I've seen involving this game. It's
Oh,
crazy.
this is gonna be good, man. All right. Well, you guys enjoy the Super Bowl, and we will see you guys next week. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.